So as you guys know, I'm a bit of a maniac, and what I want to do today is see how we can get this Hennessy Venom to do off-road. I'm going to be putting rally tyres on, rally suspension, not rally gears because we want it to still be a hypercar. I just basically want to see if a hypercar will work as good off-road as it will on-road. Well, tuned for off-road. You could switch tuning specs. It doesn't, you get the idea. It does have a wing that changes depending on the speed. It gives more grip, gives less grip and more speed, that sort of stuff. And we don't really want that. When it's off-road, we kind of need just a big wing to keep it planted to the ground. So I'm going to go with that one. This one honestly looks a lot more attractive, but it doesn't give as much of a difference as this big wing. So for the people that don't like wings, I'm sorry, but they are very useful. And as for the tyres, we've got the rally tyres because obviously that will help much more. My plan is just literally drive and see how we do, so let's full power it. Now, yes, I have converted this to all-wheel drive for the obvious. Oh my god, this is, no, it's fine. The wing is bringing us back down to the ground. I can't turn. The turning circle of this Venom isn't amazing straight away. I did, in fact, convert it to all-wheel drive for the obvious reason that I want this thing to be, well, an off-roading car. If it was rear-wheel drive, I may have a little bit of trouble. I mean, it's possible, but with this amount of power, I wanted it kind of separated around the car. But anyway, if you saw a guy rallying in a Hennessy Venom, you'd probably question, you'd probably question how much money does that bugger earn? Because Jesus Christ, he's got enough money to do that with a Hennessy Venom. Yeah. I think money-wise, you would be very good because, well, it's not as expensive as, say, a Bugatti Veyron. And obviously, car people wouldn't think you're a blithering idiot for buying a Bugatti Veyron because you bought a Hennessy Venom, which is faster than the... Oh my god! Faster than the Bugatti Veyron. So, yeah. But then again, this is a rally build, so you'd have to have a lot more money to pump into it to pretty much convert it to be brilliant off-road, because we know it's brilliant on-road, because, well, yeah. If you remember, the Bugatti Veyron actually has, in Test Drive Unlimited 2, been a brilliant off-road car in the past. So I think with TDU, I was going to say this is TDU2 then, with Horizon 2's ability to change it, you know, changing, as in the suspension, everything, trees, we might actually end up with a solid build with the Bugatti Veyron, but I think this so far pretty much proves that you can convert anything into anything on Horizon. This would be a solid off-roading build. So the next thing I want to test is a race around the island, all around the edge, and see how we can get time-wise. I've got my stopwatch. Let's go! Stopwatch started. And we shall race around. Let's hope this GPS doesn't confuse the hell out of me, because Anna, for some reason, decided to put that on. So on-road, so far, it's still flying. It's definitely still a Hennessy Venom, but it's all-wheel drive. And that's a tree. Move! Finally onto the off-road section. I would think that that would give me, like, time to take off there, but at the same time, it's my own fault. And the fact that this thing, it's a little bit weird. It pulls at the front more so than any other car I've ever driven. So as soon as you put your foot down, you cannot turn anymore. It's not going to be possible. So that's points off for the Hennessy Venom in that aspect. The best off-road hypercar that I've played with so far, I've only tried one off-roading hypercar. I haven't played around with tuning and such, but I know what it is. I don't want to tell you what it is because that would spoil it. So I'm wondering if that's still going to be the case. I'll say it if it is. Thank you, Paul Walker. You saved me! Time for some cockpit view. Are those two Evos? I think there's two Evos here. And they're gonna be destroyed by a Hennessy Venom. You probably didn't expect that in the morning, did you? Is it the morning or is it like midday? It doesn't matter because they probably didn't expect it in the morning anyway, so it works either way. You need to brake a lot more with this car. That's one thing to notice. Ooh! This section is honestly hell. Like, it's just tree heaven, which is not really good for people in cars. Tree heaven, sure. If you're a tree, you're in for a treat. Get it? No? That was the cheesiest thing I think I've ever said. God damn it. One thing I'm trying to think is, would the Bugatti Veyron have the huge advantage of the fact that it's already all-wheel drive? Because one thing you'll notice is when you actually convert a lot of cars that are rear-wheel drive to all-wheel drive, Forza doesn't know exactly what it's doing, and it makes the speed quite a bit slower. But then again, it does something that launch and acceleration like 10 of the hypercars. So I don't know. I think it would be pretty interesting to see what that's like. How is this Evo ahead of us? I don't understand, Evo. You were, like, behind us before, and I swear I overtook you again. Did you take a shortcut? They probably went a different way, didn't they? Is that actually possible? I don't know. The on-road section is actually the easiest part still. But, hey, that's how it works, right? No? No, don't you dare. Why would you do that? It's definitely still a hypercar. Stop! A hypercar with no brakes, apparently. I swear this is fully upgraded, and it has fully upgraded brakes. Why does this Evo keep spawning ahead of me? Jesus Christ, Paul. We're coming in for the finish now, and we are... Across the start point, we got 4 minutes and 29 seconds. Now, that's probably not fast at all for a rally car. We'll probably get that a lot quicker, but there's our number we need to base it off. So, final thoughts, Hennessy Venom, would I use this as an off-road rally hypercar so far? It's a little bit difficult because of how the all-wheel drive is set up, even though I would... And then I'll probably suggest making it rear-wheel drive and keeping it rear-wheel drive, to be honest, because it does feel a bit weird all-wheel drive, but at the same time, it needs to be all-wheel drive to off-road properly. So, to me, it's not the best off-roading hypercar so far, but in the next episode, we will see how the Bugatti Veyron does. Peace. Well, that went well, didn't it?